computer. Good morning, everyone. It's Monday morning here in the UK, and our local time is 6:28 a.m., which is the UK time. Once again, I'm with my subscribers lesson, IELTS speaking and writing sessions. So, dear viewers, this session is mainly targeted to develop your writing as well as speaking. So, most of the cases, our learners are interested to develop their speaking quality, fluency, as well as basic sounds. It is important, being an English learner, to know all this in a strategies as well as rubrics, so that anyone can build up the confidence level to the next level. So I've got to wait a little bit until my new subscribers are here. Okay, so before that, let me share my screen. A common question: very often our learners are interested to know how the marking is given in IELTS exam. So as you can see from the screen, it is 25% marks for fluency and coherence, 25% for lexical resources, another 25% for grammatical range and accuracy, another 25% for pronunciation. Hello, I welcome Assistant Professor I. Hello.
How are you?
Assalamualaikum I.
Assalamualaikum salam.
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm great too.
Do you remember which number of class we are doing today?
I forget.
I can't, huh?
Maybe 5 or
Yeah, it should be.
6 or 7.
No, it
And
should.
not 6, but 5 or 7.
I think it should be fifth.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Did you have the Q card test last week? Hi.
Yeah, yeah.
We had
Yeah.
the Q card test.
I think, yeah.
All right. No worries. So one minute. I'm a bit tired though. I don't know why. All right. So let's move on. Basis. double size basis. Okay. Right. So today we are going to have. I believe that we discussed conditional last week, right?
Yeah. Third condition.
Third conditional we have discussed. That's great. So it's better if we start Q card from today.
Okay.
Great. So Q card, as you might be aware, Nishad is here. Let me bring him. Is the second part of the speaking task in IELTS exam. Hello, Nishad.
Assalamualaikum,
Hi,
teacher.
Nishad.
Walaikum salam.
Assalamualaikum, Professor I.
Yeah, walaikum salam. Nishad, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. How are you doing, teacher?
I am always fantastic, but a bit tired though today.
Oh,
Yeah. You work so hard, teacher.
Yeah, I had a sleeping
Yes, teacher.
disturbance last night. That's why I'm a bit tired.
Mm.
Oh,
Anyway, let's move on because we've got 58 minutes exactly. 57 minutes now. Okay, so today Nishad and Assistant Professor I, as we planned, we're going to start cue card. And also, before we go to the cue card, we'll do a little bit task one questions for both of you. Remember that in IELTS exam, the speaking task is always recorded as a part of the requirement of the examination or exam, you can say, short in form. Because many times, many of our learners are not happy with their scores and they uphill. You have got an appeal option. If you're not happy with your score, you can appeal within the 28 days from the date of your exam. You must be aware of that, okay? So in that case, sometimes they need to have the recorded version of your speaking task so that another examiner can assess it. And if the mark is more than one difference, then they have to make an average. Say you got 6 last time, but after appeal you got 7. Now they're going to average your mark. 6 plus 7, you're going to get 6.5. Or if it is 6.5 is not acceptable, they will give you 7, the next rounded figure. All right.
okay.
So task
Okay.
one question. Hang on a second. Give me 1 quick second. Oh, where is it now? Okay. Nishad and Assistant Professor I.
Yes, teacher.
I think Professor I has muted. That's okay.
Yeah.
Task one question is very easy. So the first question is, welcome to our speaking task section. May I see your ID? And they like to check your ID. So you have to take your valid ID, whether it's passport or national ID. All right. Now I'm going to ask the same question to you one by one. May I know your full name? Uh, Professor I first.
Okay. My full name is Ai Siti Bunawaro, but please call me Ai.
Okay. Remember that Professor I and Nishad and people who are listening, it is always better to speak a bit slowly when you're telling your name because your name is not in
Mm.
English. If a,
Okay.
remember that if a word is not in English, the best technique in IELTS exam is slow down so the examiner can listen to it carefully. Like my name is Nishad Ahmed, or I, your last name. It is always better to use only first name and second name. Some people use middle name as well. Okay. And also some people have got also nickname, the nickname, pet name, family name. Okay. So if I give you an example, say, my name is Rahat Ali. Rahat is my first name, Ali is my last name. But my parents call me Rahat, for example, or Ali. You can say like this. Clear?
Clear.
Okay, Nishat, what would be your answer? May I know your full name? I lost him. So, Professor I, now tell me your name, please, again.
My name is Ai Siti Munawaro, but please call me Ai.
Very good, better than before. Nishad, welcome back. May I know your
Yes,
full name?
thank you, teacher. Teacher, like I have a question before I say it. Like I have a title, MD. Should I say MD or Muhammad?
This is a problematic, word from Bangladeshi people. You always use MD instead of Muhammad. You have to tell MD.
Yes,
Oh,
You
teacher.
have to tell MD. Don't say Muhammad in this case.
Okay,
Is your
okay,
name
teacher.
and MD is on your passport?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Do you know that because of this shortened form of MD, if you ever apply visa to Saudi Arabia, they'll not accept your passport.
Oh my God.
They don't ex- they don't accept MD is the shortened form of Muhammad. This is the fact,
Teach,
honestly.
yeah. Teacher, like this is not my fault. My parents gave this name from my childhood, and this certificate will provide for NID and NID for passport. Teacher.
Yeah, as I said, this is a technical issue from Bangladesh. Many, many people have got the similar explanation, similar, naming system. Just tell MD, tell Mohammed, then you can say it's shortened as MD. Then you have to give the
Yeah.
explanation. Okay.
Okay, teacher. Um, my full name is MD. This is the short form of Muhammad Nishad Islam.
Okay. Do you have a middle name?
Yes, teacher. I have middle name. My middle name is Nishad.
So it is shortened form. Remember, shortened.
Shorten form.
Shortened form.
Okay.
Sorry.
Shorten form.
All right. Good. Next question. How may I address you?
You may address me as Nishad.
Great. Professor I, how may I address you?
I.
Okay, welcome, Professor I and Nishad. Today is like a mock test. Get ready to sit for the test.
Wow.
Okay, tell me one amazing characteristics of your country, Professor I. Why your country is famous for around the world?
Wow. Our country famous because we have diversity in culture. We have a lot of islands, almost 17,000 islands in our country, and it makes me different from other countries. And we have a lot of different religions. We have at least six religions, and then uh, we also famous as friendly citizens in this world. So I think it's kind of our advantages uh, from my country.
Okay, great. Good answer, Nishad.
Yes, teacher. Like our country is famous for greenery land, and Bangladesh is called a land of river as well. Bangladesh has thousands of river, and one of the largest sea beach, longest sea beach in the world. This is called Cox's Bazar. This because of this beach, Bangladesh is known for all over the world, and Bangladesh is a historical place as well. There are lots of historical places situated in my country, in my local city as well, Bogura. This city is famous for historical place. And uh, anything else, teacher? May I add? Or this is the first part. I need to
Okay,
elaborate my answer, teacher.
no, you'll have only remember that in between 30 to 40 seconds for each answer. So you have to just answer it that time. Okay, all right. And remember that when you're using plural number, you must use s. Yeah,
Yes.
Religions,
religions.
religions.
Remember, if there is s or d at the end,
I usually forget.
okay. All
Yeah.
right, and also Nishad is a thousand of river, no, thousands of rivers,
Rivers,
both are plural.
Thousands of
rivers.
rivers.
And also, Professor I, you said we famous. We don't say we famous. We are famous.
We are
And another
famous.
important matter, which you have missed both of you when you're answering, if they say tell some characteristics of your country, make sure you mention the name of your country. I'm from Indonesia,
Oh,
or I'm from Bangladesh. First sentence, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Because from your answer, Professor, I was not able to understand from which country you are.
yeah,
Though
yeah,
I know that you're from Indonesia, but you know,
yeah, teacher.
okay, Nishat, remember that.
Okay,
You need to
okay,
let them
teacher.
know your location first before you say about the
Mm.
characteristics or some features of your country. And remember, when you're mentioning the features, you must mention those features which are prominent and people can search easily from internet.
Oh, okay, teacher. like
Great. Bravo, both of you. And next question would be, why are you taking the test today? Professor I first.
Mm. Pardon, teacher?
Why are you
What's the
taking
question?
the test today?
Why?
Yes.
Yeah, because I want to apply for a scholarship this month. So I want to take IELTS exam right now. So I have a lot of time to prepare my application apart from my IELTS exam. So I decided to take IELTS exam right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Nishad, why are you taking the test
teacher.
today?
Mm, I want to study, like for my higher studies purpose. I need to take this IELTS exam because I want to go in Finland, and they prefer to me like for uh, they 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 prefer like IELTS score. So that's why I need to take for IELTS exam.
Okay. I'll suggest both of you today, when you finish this lesson, you should listen to your conversation. All
Okay,
right.
teacher.
Okay,
Okay.
Yes, I always do this.
that will be helpful for you. So, Professor I, when you're answering, remember that in IELTS exam, use the same pattern of the question. I
Mm,
like to take that I'm taking the test because you said you started your answer from because, rather than because go to the main part. I'm taking the test today because blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Okay.
Oh, okay, teacher.
And Nishat, you have to use preposition correctly. We don't say go in Finland, we say go to Finland.
Oh,
Okay. I'd like to go to Finland for higher studies. So it is a requirement for them to get good score. All right.
okay, teacher. All right,
Go
teacher.
to, not go in. And also you have said I like to sit for in. Don't say sit for in, sit in or sit for. Sit for IELTS exam. Both are correct.
Sit for us. Okay, teacher.
Sit in, sit for IELTS exam is the best word if you are not sure. Or take, simply you can say I like to take the IELTS exam. But remember that it depends on the question pattern, how the examiner is asking you. Always remember, use the same pattern when you are answering. So what happens when you're no, using the same pattern? The examiner will be able to understand that you have understood the question clearly. That's why you're using same pattern. But though you have options to answer in a different way. Okay. And remember that in IELTS exam, grammar is a factor. So if you make mistakes in grammar using preposition or tense, then it will be really affecting your score. Like Professor I, when your last sentence was in past tense, like I decided to take, rather than I decided, use I have decided.
oh,
Remember, it is very important. If you remember the rule number 2, if the question is past tense, always answer in past tense. Except,
oh,
except it is a narrated speech or direct speech. Okay, I'm going to give you an example later. Now, can you see the question on the screen?
How was your journey this morning when you came to the exam test center?
Okay,
So, teacher, should I describe the whole things
okay, hang on a
like
second. Hang on a second. I'm going to answer it. Professor I, can you see the screen? Is question on the screen?
yeah, yeah.
Would you like to read the question, please?
Okay. How was your journey this morning when you came to the exam or test center?
Okay, so Nishat's question is, what do you like to describe? Okay, let us listen to your answer first, then I'm going to give you the hints. Professor I, is it okay to answer it first?
Okay. I was coming here by using my own car, and my husband was driving for me. So I'm arriving here by using my own car.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Nishat, what's your answer?
Yeah, I I came here like by using a private car. I called Uber before this exam, like 1 or 2 hours before, and I reached in a center before half an hour.
Okay.
I reached.
All right. You see, the answer of Professor I and answer of you has a difference. You, Professor
Yeah.
I was using past continuous. My husband was driving the car. Professor I, here is a big catch. So you need to understand when we are using past continuous and when you use simple past. This action has already done. You already came to the test center, right?
Yeah.
So it is not continuous anymore.
Oh.
Okay, it is not
Okay.
happening anymore. You are
So
already in the test
yeah,
center.
so we have to
Like
use past tense,
simple past, yes.
simple. Okay.
Remember that this is the very important sentence structure, simple past, when something already happened, and because of the action you are already here. Okay,
Mm.
so
Okay.
what you like to include in both of the answers, you could have a little bit more. uh, the question was, how was your journey this morning? It doesn't say exactly how you came. It is not only how you came, how you got prepared. Okay, like from, it should start from your home. Remember that this
Okay.
journey from your home to the test center, not only from the car to the test center. Okay,
Mm.
so your ideal answer would be like, because it's a my IELTS date. I checked all my required documents, my ID, passport, my pen and pencils. I called the Uber for Nishat. Uber came in, say, 10 minutes time, and I arrived here around half an hour before the exam. Okay, it could be something like that for Professor, Assistant Professor I got ready, I checked everything similar. Then my husband decided to drop me. He drove and he left me here. So I'm at the moment in the test center.
Okay.
Remember that when you are describing any past incident, did you notice all
Mm.
the tenses were in past tense because it's happened in the
Okay.
morning, right?
Yes,
Remember?
teacher.
Both of you, yeah?
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, teacher.
Now, remember in IELTS, task one is very easy piece. It's like to get comfortable to the candidate and the examiner. Okay. Now, okay, one or two, you know, other questions may be applicable in this case and for task one. Uh, so I'm going to ask two different questions for both of you. I'll start with Professor I.
Yeah.
Professor I, do you like gardening?
Yeah, I really like gardening because I think it make me more fresh, and then I can spend my time wisely because when we gardening we can enjoy uh, the flower, for example, and then the tree what that we plant it, and of course when they are having fruits or flowers, we can we can take it and enjoy it in our house.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, how do you maintain your gardening?
Oh, I water it every day, twice a day, and I also put some what's it called? Mm,
Fertilizer?
fertilizers, and then I also sometimes cutting the the old leaves or the old French, and then I I keep our our trees or our flowers to reach sunlight so they can grow fast, and I could that's why I answered it. Yeah, sometimes I really I at least like hard to explain because it's kind of
But Professor, you're explaining more. You'll, yes, if you remember, you'll have only 30 to 40 seconds.
okay.
So, this first question, do you like gardening? Just yes, I like gardening. It should be finished there. You don't have to describe anything more until or
Oh,
unless the examiner asks you, how do you do your gardening? Then you can explain.
oh,
Okay?
okay,
All right.
okay.
That's great, but you have given more than enough explanations. So when you're giving more than enough explanation, now what happens? Like I've noticed two of the things you just used. It you said it make me. Remember, it makes me. Yeah.
It makes me.
And sometimes you said cutting. If you do something on a repetitive basis, we do not use present continuous. We use present
Cut.
simple. I cut.
Mm,
Okay, rather than cutting. Like if I ask you, how do you join my lesson? Yeah, I'm joining your lessons every week. No, we don't say like this.
oh,
I
I
join your
enjoy.
lesson. Remember, when it
Okay.
happens again and again,
Mm,
we call repetitive action or habitual fact. We always use present simple or present indefinite or simple present.
mm,
Okay, well done.
okay.
Good answers, both of you. Now, sorry, Nishat's question.
Yes, teacher.
Your question is, do you like watching TV?
Yes, I do. I like to watching TV.
And what kind of programs would you like to watch?
I like to watch a cartoon and Discovery Channel from Man vs. Wild. This program I really like.
Okay. What kind of action movies do you like?
Um, I like action movie, basically like smuggling and police is catching them, something like that. Teacher, like action movie, there is like need to say any specific movie name.
No, not really, not necessarily, unless you have been asked. So, like, which is your favorite movie?
Oh, okay, teacher.
So how many sentence we have to answer?
It is not how many sentence, assistant professor. It depends on the question. Remember, you need to understand the question first. If you understand the question, then it's easy for you.
Mm,
Always listen carefully. What is the question about? Okay. Now, if the question says describe a party from last year, now you have to understand this party took place last year. It's a past tense. Okay. To describe a party, what you have to describe now? What is the party for? Number one, who gave you the party? Number two, who went with you? Did you go alone? Did you go with friends or family members? Number four, was the party within the same city or a different city or maybe different country? Okay, what you're going to describe. Now, then afterward, you can describe what happened to the party. What is the party about? Did you enjoy it or did you have bad experience? Okay, so creating this type of question, WS question, as you say, why, when, where, how, which, always remember, ask this type of question about any topic and you'll get most of the answers. And that is very important, especially in SKU card for both of you.
Okay,
Okay,
teacher. Okay,
and
teacher. Teacher,
also,
I have a question.
uh-huh, go on.
I have a question. Sorry for interruption. Teacher, like as you said, like do you like action? Like what kind of action movie do you like? Can I give like negative answer? Like I don't like action movie, but I like documentary movie.
Yes, definitely. It is not negative answer. The negative is becoming positive. I think I said to you this technique last time. Even if you don't know any
Yes,
answer,
teacher.
always say that I'd like to know at the end. Okay, and also when the examiner is asking you about your choice, it is not negative exactly. It is your choice you're sharing. Like I don't like if I said, do you like action movies? Then you have to say no, I don't like action movies, but I like documentary or Discovery Channel, or I like maybe feature based on the human life, for example. Where are our other learners of human? That means who else? There are four other people, right?
Yes, teacher. Like where is our classmate?
Wh- Where is your classmate? Yeah,
Our
human has it is subscribed,
Human, I think, yeah.
and there is another
yeah.
person subscribed. Six people I saw in the groups.
Yeah, Ahmed.
Oh, Ahmed,
Maybe
yeah, the
they
guy
don't
from
know.
Saudi Arabia.
We
Okay,
know human, teacher. Like he's our like friend in Hello application.
like the
Sure.
Indominus, he's in Canada. Chewing gum. Nisha this year, I said Ahmed
Yeah.
and human. Three people are missing. Okay, is the answer clear now, Nishad?
Now it's clear, teacher. I
Okay.
got.
So, Professor Ike and now Nishad, this is more or less for speaking task 1, which is very easy. Remember, in speaking task 3 and 2 and 3 is the more difficult than task 1 and, you know. So, in cue card, remember that in cue card, you'll be given a card, there will be a topic, and you have to talk at least 2 minutes. But my suggestion would be you have to talk more. Keep talking until the examiner says, hey, stop it now, okay?
Okay, teacher.
So in cue card, important part is to understand the topic and creating question if there is no question. So I'm going to give you an example, okay? Where is it, cue card? Oh, lots of question. Okay, describe a present or gift. I think, um, okay, this question came. Describe a person you like most. You know, this is one of the questions from last year. Now, remember that both of you, when you get a question in cue card, uh, sometimes our learners asked me, teacher, can I change the cue card topic? No, we can't. If it is difficult, you can think, oh, can I change it, teacher? Teacher will say no, because I've given you. Okay? So there are two ways the cue card could be given. Number one, the teacher can give you, here is a cue card, or on the table you'll find different kinds of piece of papers. You took one and you see.
Oh,
So when you take one, you see,
Oh,
it's the topic is describe a person you like most. Now think that there is no question. That is the time it seems a bit difficult. Okay, and you'll be given 1 minute. Remember that in both of the cases, whether there are questions or not, you'll be given 1 minute to think and organize your ideas. And you'll be given a pencil. Remember, this is 1 minute. You can jot down, take notes what you're going to say because the paper will be with you. Okay, like the paper, you write all the points. Like number one, who the person is, why you like the person. Number two, what influences do you get from the person, characteristics of the person, and any other related information. Remember, then in cue card, no cue card part, it is nothing but creating a story. Okay, remember it carefully. Once again, it is nothing but creating a story according to your own thoughts and ideas. if possible, try to use some rich vocabularies, try to use some phrases. So try to use some, what should I say? Some idioms or some expressions which are allowed in IELTS exam, in spoken tests, okay? Remember that we are not allowed to use idioms and phrases in a writing, but we can use in our speaking, also phrasal verbs. Okay, Nishad and Professor I, clear?
Okay,
Okay,
teacher.
teacher.
Clear.
Great. Now I'm going to give the same topic for both of you. Take 1 minute time. Then I'm going to watch the timing, how many minutes you're going to speak. Remember, you can speak at least 2 minutes, but you can speak more than 2 minutes because it's a practice and test for ourselves. So it's better to speak as much as possible. But I don't say human. Professor I, did you say human here?
Yeah,
I don't see the person.
yeah, yeah. I can see human and Nisha here.
No, I can see only you and Nishad. I don't see any other person.
Human, are you there?
Let me see if I can see from the mobile. No, it's you. You and Nishad. Human has become invisible, possibly.
Mhm.
Please do join, guys, if you're here, if you're free, because you have subscribed to this lesson, it's better to join and have a practice. Okay, Nishad and Professor I, 1 minute is gone. Do you
Yes,
need to
teacher.
have more time?
Yes, teacher. I need 30 seconds more.
You need 30 seconds more. Okay. All right. Ready?
Okay.
Do you need the meaning of call off? Both of you? One.
Call off.
Call off. Yes.
Call
Call off
off.
is end, teacher.
Call
End.
off. Oh, I think.
Call off end.
Mm,
Kind of end. Basically, it's a cancellation, to cancel. Like,
oh yeah, yeah. Cancel.
like due to the
Oh,
heavy rain, I had to call off my meeting at my office.
cancel.
Okay,
Okay, teacher.
call off. It's just a phrasal verb. Remember, if you use phrasal verb in your speaking, it will attract more marks.
Teacher, this is my first time to give a mock test like this.
Not give, attend. Remember,
Oh,
we don't give
attend.
test, attend.
Attend. So I'm
Okay,
quite nervous as well.
all right. Don't be nervous. Think that there is no one beside you except you. Okay, do you want me to block my camera?
No, 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 teacher,
No
teacher,
need.
please.
It's for your comfortability. I was just
Yeah,
proposing. Still,
no, teacher,
you
it's
can hear
okay.
my
I need to
voice.
overcome. I need to
You
overcome,
need to
teacher.
But in the
overcome.
reality, we face the real,
Yes,
the real
face to
exam
face. Yeah?
in front of us.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so Professor, are you ready?
Yeah.
One moment. Let me find out my stopwatch. Okay, start speaking, please.
Okay, I will describe a person that I really like. Uh, she is my lecturer when I was studying at university. Uh, her name is Beta, and I really like her because she is a good lecturer, and then also she is a very smart person, and I got many influences from her, uh, because at that time I just wanna be an architect after I graduate from the university, but Beta said me that I have to be a lecturer, because when you would be a lecturer, you could be a professor one day. So at that time, I got influence and I add my aim to be an architect and to be a professor. And as I mentioned before, she is a good person, and she also um, is a humble and then friendly person. And every week we had opportunity to visit her house to like eating or to eat or to cheat together with our classmates. And then uh, she got her PhD degree from Japanese university, and now she is as a head of Association of Field Environment Researcher in Indonesia, and then she also a famous speaker, especially in building simulation. So she usually like give presentation to uh, to other lecturers and to other students in Indonesia, especially. And she also has many link and networks with other university in the world. So when we want to study abroad, we can contact her and then ask her uh, to help us for like for searching or finding our supervisor in around the world. And then she also now conducts many research, especially about green architecture, and many researchers also collaborate with her. And and now I am as a collaborator, even though in the past I was a student of her, and nowadays I became her collaborator in this field. And we also like make a conference or seminar together for presenting our research. And then sometimes I also contact her to ask her to deliver her presentation in our university. And her husband is also architect too, and then researcher too. And I think they are like an ideal couple in, especially in architecture field. They are both architects and they are both lecturers and all, of course, researchers too. So I think I really like them because of many reasons.
Finished?
Oh my god. Yeah, I finished,
Okay,
teacher.
well done. So the first thing is that you've spoken very, amazing way, and you spoke 4 minutes and 13 seconds. That's really cool.
Oh,
That's really cool.
4 minutes.
4 minutes and 13 seconds. Okay,
Oh my god.
that's
I
the
think it's too
first.
much,
That's
teacher.
that's first requirement. Yeah, you have to shorten a little bit, because
Mm.
in some of the parts you can always shorten, especially when you're describing the quality of the person. Okay, And also you mixed it both present and past tense together in many
Mm.
occasions. Okay. And also that is very common, when you're speaking, very much likely that we make mistakes in grammar. So I'll suggest you listen to it when we finish this lesson. Okay, Professor I.
Okay, teacher.
And let me know what type of grammatical mistakes you have noticed by yourself. Okay.
Okay.
I have realized that when you're describing a quality of the person, you're not using verb, and it happened this the second time. Like you
Oh
said,
yeah.
they're famous. They are famous. Remember?
Oh my god.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's one example.
Yeah.
Another example, at the beginning, you confused with using he and she.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Yes, you got to be
I
careful.
used to
Especially,
like.
this is a major problem. If you're saying he and
Mm.
you're again saying she, if you're confused, always use the word person. Okay, person means both he and she. Remember, it's also for Nishada as well. Person. All right, I. This is just a practice.
Mm.
Don't
Person.
worry. This is just a practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Person.
If you are always confused about anyone, always use
Yeah.
the word
Sometimes I
person.
confuse.
This person. If you forget whether to use he or she, that is very
Okay.
tricky word. Yeah.
Okay.
Remember
Okay.
and write it down in your notebook. All right. So you have fulfilled all the questionnaires. That is really the second part of the criteria. Your fluency was good, and except few places you have use this word I think 3 times. Okay, remember that.
Oh.
No, don't worry,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some substitutes what you can use instead of I think saying again and again.
Mm.
Okay, use these expressions. I think is fine one time.
I think,
You can say in my opinion, very
in
easy
my
word.
opinion,
Okay, it is same. I reckon, a British word we use very often. I reckon.
reckon.
Yeah, Nisha, this is also for you. Yeah.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. um you use very often. If you say, then
If you say,
I will suggest. That is, you're giving your opinion. Okay, and you can use sometimes. I have seen people are using honestly, literally, in fact. Okay, you can also use this type of words, honestly, if you want to.
honestly,
Remember, it is just some ideas how you can say honestly, literally,
literally,
in fact, to the fact. Okay.
mm,
Overall, well done. So you have fulfilled all other criteria. Okay. And the reason for I'm asking to listen to it by yourself is that because when you'll be listening, Professor, you'll be able to understand. Listen to it very carefully, each and every word, whatever you have said, so that when listening with the headphone, you'll say, "Oh, maybe I've said this part is not correct. Maybe the word should be changed." When you understand like this, that will be amazing part. Then you can easily develop quicker than the way I'm suggesting you. Okay, well done, bravo, and high five for her. Nishad,
Yes, teacher.
are you ready?
Professor, you done a great job, but I'm not sure about me.
we should.
All right. So
Just try.
remember,
Okay, teacher.
quick clues. Don't be nervous. Number one. Don't be scared. Don't
But
be.
I usually like forget idiom and then yeah.
Yeah, if you
I
forget.
try to I try to use idiom, but suddenly I forgot.
Okay, remember that speaking English is nothing but remembering the words to use correctly on the right time, on the right place.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why it
okay,
needs to be practiced a lot in
okay.
order to get good marks in IELTS exam. Remember that, try to use some idioms, some standard high
Mm,
vocabs. Don't be nervous. Okay, if you become nervous, then you'll be shaky. Okay. You'll feel uncomfortable. Well, we don't want you to feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable. You'll feel palpitation and heartbeat is going up. Oh, I'm going to talk in front of the teacher. What's going to happen? Okay, Nishat, are you ready?
Yeah. Yes, teacher. Teacher, before I give my answer,
Uh-huh.
may I tell you, like, can I give any person name, mother, father,
Okay, let
whatever?
me give you some clues. Any person you like. It could be a father, it could be a mother. Professor I has described her favorite teacher, okay, who influenced her to
Mm,
be a tea professor. And they're working
mm.
collaboratively. That's really amazing part. Some
Yeah.
of the amazing part you have described is amazing. Okay. And like you wanted to be an architect, but she asked you to be a professor, which is really very influential advice for you. So remember, Nishat, a person could be anyone. It could be your parents, it could be a brother, it could be a friend, or it could be a teacher, or it could be a celebrity that you are influenced. And you can say, for example, you can say, I like Arnold Schwarzenegger from the movie Terminator.
Or politician, maybe.
A politician, not politicians are politicians. But remember, when you're describing about the person, you should know about the person. Okay?
Oh, not
So
just an idol.
yeah, why
Like,
you like the person. You need to show the
uh,
reasons. You need to describe
mm,
and what the person's quality. Like you can say
mm,
the person is hardworking, or has got leadership skill, or got influential skill, or you can say the person is so uh, adamant to learn things. Okay, so this covers both 3 and 4 together. And any other information, that is the part I'm going to explain later. What any other information you
oh,
can tell?
Okay. Can I
Okay.
start, teacher?
Yes, start it, please. I'll check the time.
Okay. The person I like most, they are my parents. And to be more specific, I like most
Nishad,
my
are you
mother.
there?
Am I audible?
He's speaking, but low voice. That's okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Start again, Nishat, please. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Speak bit loudly, please.
Okay. Can you hear me, teacher?
Yes.
Okay. The person I like most, they are my parents. And to be more exact, I like most my mother. She is my idol, you can say, teacher. Like, why I like her? Because she is intelligent.
Are you there, Nishat?
My connection is unstable, teacher. Sorry for that.
Okay, go on, horse. No problem.
Okay, like, why I like my mother, because she is intelligent, great thinker. She always help me, and she do all the housework by herself, and she hard worker, and she influenced me
but I can't
generally.
hear him.
That's
She
okay. Let him
influenced
speak.
me
He's
generally by doing like great motivation. If I feel any obstacle, I just go to my mother. Mother, how can I do this work? How can I solve this problem? She always motivate me, and she always tell me, cool and calm, think before you do, and that's why she is my great motivation as well. And if I talk about his characteristic, she is great thinker, as I mentioned. She is intelligent and inspirational, and she's hard worker as well. So I saw her like she always do uh, all kinds of work by herself, and she never complained anyone, like, I do this for you, and she always be cool and calm. And there is you can say, like, our whole family depend on my mother, and she always help each other, and she decided our whole family's decision. And so, yeah, that's it, teacher. I'm done.
Okay. Professor I, you can unmute it now. Thank you.
Sorry,
Actually, I
teacher.
couldn't
No,
hear.
because your background is a bit noisy. That's why I couldn't possibly.
Oh, sorry,
No, no,
sorry.
that's okay. But I could hear him. So well
Okay.
done for the first time he spoke. He spoke 2 minutes and 19 seconds. That is the
Wow.
criteria.
Thank
High
you.
five for you for that. Okay, remember that. You need to talk.
This is
Wow.
the first time, teacher.
Congratulations.
And
Thank you.
okay, remember, Nisha, you need to speak bit loudly, clearly. Okay, because I was also interested to hear about your presentation. That.
Teacher,
But I couldn't
I'm
hear.
nearly hit my microphone,
Okay.
teacher. I nearly,
Okay.
because of maybe unstable network, teacher.
No, no, that's okay. But speak bit loudly next time because I could hear him. Okay, Professor I. Okay,
Wow.
and the next matter is that your fluency is more or less okay, but we lost your connection in one situation. I thought that you
Yes,
stopped. Then you
teacher.
said that you lost your connection. Okay, and the main you have given some good examples about your parents, and remember that don't say parents, simply say my mother. Okay, Nishad, be
Okay, teacher.
specific. Like the way Professor Ahe said, I'm going to talk about my teacher or the professor who motivated me. Similarly, I'm going to talk about my mother, who is one of my parents. Try to use compound sentence like this. I'm going to talk about the mother, who is my one of my parents. I'm going to talk about the person who motivated me. This is compound sentence, an amazing sentence as well. Then you're describing her characteristics, why you like her, but you made these confusions again. Like you're confused using he and she together in two places.
Yes, teacher.
You got to be
Yeah,
very
yeah.
careful. This is basic grammar. He and she. Don't be
Yeah.
confused. Once again, I said to you, if you are confused about he and she, use the word person. This person influenced me. It could be he, it could be she.
Okay. Mm.
Okay, and also Nishat, when you speak, I've noticed that in your live stream you speak nice way, you know, naturally. But
Yeah.
when today you're speaking, it looks like that you are nervous. Don't be nervous once again, yeah.
Yes, teacher.
And
Thank you, teacher.
Yeah.
you have tried to use in most of the cases present tense. That's fine. But the present tense rule is for the. I've given you some two. I've written two examples for it. You become confused about using his and her, and you used
Yes.
she do very often rather than she does.
She
Okay,
does.
teacher. She
So
does.
I'll
She
suggest you
does.
listen to this part when you finish this test. We have got only few more minutes, 4 minutes more. Okay. Now, any other related information is there where you can add, both of you. You can say like that, I've got a selfie with my amazing professor, and the photo is in my mobile or beside my table. Whenever I wake up every morning, I see the photo. It reminds me that her, greatest qualities. Similarly, I have a photo with my mother that is in my mobile. So when I miss her, I try to look at my mom's photo and remember her. Okay, Nishat, and that is for you also, Professor I. You have to understand speaking part, this part, cue card, is nothing but to make an interesting story. Though you're telling a story, examiner is going to assess your fluency, your vocabulary, your grammar, your presentation skill, your pronunciation. Okay, because
Okay,
the
teacher.
examiner is going to give you mark. There is no problem giving you mark as long as you fulfill all this criteria and use some complex sentences and some compound if possible, compound or complex sentence, and also rich vocabulary or phrases or adverbs or phrasal verbs. Okay,
Okay, teacher.
like people say, I'm over the moon when I was offered the mask by teaching job, Professor I. My professors, referred me. I got the job. I felt very happy. Okay, And for you, Nishat, about mother, you can tell thousands of things. Like
Mm,
my mother is
Yes,
my
teacher.
first teacher. She taught me
mm,
reading, writing, speaking. She taught me how
Yes,
to,
teacher.
differentiate right and wrong. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
She taught me how to be a
What
hard
subject are you?
worker, how to be a
Yes,
honest person. Okay. Use some adjectives like this, so that your speaking becomes more interesting.
yes, teacher.
Okay. Any other questions? Because we have got only 1 more minute, around 2 minutes. Any question, Professor I or Nishat?
no, no, teacher.
No, teacher.
Okay, and
So,
also,
Yeah,
thanks
usually
for the class,
confused
teacher.
about using she and
yeah, both of you have same
yeah,
problem using he and she. You're confused.
yeah.
So if you ever become confused, use the word person, as I said.
Mm,
Okay. Number two,
okay, teacher.
for your beta speaking next time, always you don't have to speak so fast or so slow. Maintain a
Mm,
speed. Okay. Speak bit loudly and don't be nervous. Okay. Remember, if you
mm,
have become nervous now, you are not going to talk properly.
yeah.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Thanks for the class, teacher.
Yeah,
Okay,
very,
teacher.
very welcome.
Have a
But
good day, teacher.
also, if you have got anything, any writing to be checked, you can send me so that I can have a look.
Mm, mm. Okay,
Okay,
teacher.
teacher.
Okay, and thank you very much for joining, both of you.
Yes,
And
teacher.
Okay, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
you're very welcome.
Thanks for
So, what's your
having me
plan for
here.
the day, Professor I? Are,
And yeah,
are you at home now?
I will practice my reading and my writing.
Great. And Nishad, how about you?
Yes, teacher. I will practice reading section tonight today. Yes, teacher.
I could, I
Okay.
can.
And
Yes, teacher. Have a good day, teacher.
yeah, you're
Thanks.
very welcome. I'm going to start my work, at 9 o'clock. So after a few minutes, maybe I'm going to start another on the way
Okay.
mobile live
Yes,
stream.
Wow.
teacher. Maybe I will join, teacher.
Okay.
Okay, teacher. Have a great
Thank you
day.
very much.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
teacher.
you. Bye, Nisha. Bye, you.
Same